ShartimusPrime, reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shit, subscribe, Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Sandman Build-A-Figure Wave's black-suited Spider-Man. If you're trying to pre-order this wave, you can do so at
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And again, big thanks to XManny87 for making this review happen, as half this wave was my Christmas gift this year. Check out his Instagram, link in the description below. I'm very excited for this figure, mostly reused parts, but still very excited. On the side you can see the black suited Spidey right over there, and on the very back you can see the figure. There's a read-up. If you want to read it, pause it now. There's the other figures of the wave, then there's black suited Spidey again. Alright, let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's our brand new black suited Spidey out of the packaging, and man, I'm very happy with this, and I'm not surprised with what we're seeing over here. We're seeing a reused pizza Spidey mold along with the same head sculpt, but man, I have been having a lot of fun with this figure, and I highly recommend you add some accessories to your collection if you haven't already. For instance, having this Figma stand over here really helps a lot as far as displaying, having the spaghetti webs, having the ACBA comic cutouts. I mean, all that stuff is just added to my fun factor. So if you want to optimize your fun factor with your Marvel Legends figures, I highly recommend you get some accessories and things like that, because man, I had a blast. I took a lot of pictures with this figure, especially fighting the new Venom figure and everything. So anyway, going on to this guy, I'm very happy with it. There are some QC issues to note. I've heard a lot of people break their figure over here because the plastic is very stiff on some of the joints, which I have to agree with. Fortunately though, for me, I have not broken it, not yet anyway. I'm hoping I never do. But anyway, let's take a closer look at this guy. So here's a look at the head sculpt, and just to put it side by side with the Scarlet Spider, you can see that they're the same head sculpt right over there. Alright, and we get some nice white paint. I don't think it looks that fuzzy around the lines. I think it looks fairly clean. Now you can see they slightly missed the mark on the eye sculpt right over there, just a little bit, but not bad enough to really bum me out. You can see some parts of it do get a tiny bit fuzzy, like right up over there, but I mean really, I'm being nitpicky, I think. You know, like for the most part, that hasn't really stopped me from having a good time with this figure at all. It's just a very nice looking head sculpt, you know. And we get some nice white paint over the black. Of course, tiny little spots missing right over there. And a little, not so bad on the front, just a tiny little bit of parts missing right there. But you can see that they definitely used more than one coat. You can see right there, it just didn't line up properly on one of the coats. But, I mean, really, for the most part, I think Hasbro's been doing a much better job as far as their deco applications go. And I really like how we get the white paint inside the butterfly joint right here. I think that really helps a lot, maintaining that spider logo on the front. Just think this is so cool, man. Very happy with this. And then, of course, he does come with a pair of fisted hands, and both of them have the little dot right over there and right over there. And then we get the wall crawling hands as well. I'm happy that we get interchangeable hands, but I am a little bummed out that we don't get a set of whipping hands. That would have been very cool. As some may or may not know, there's a cloth version of the black suit, and then there's the symbiote version. So this is like the blip one, right? And then I wish we had a thwip one. So that would have been pretty cool, but not the biggest deal in the world. You know, I guess that's going to be my #1 complaint about this figure, is that we didn't get a set of thwipping hands, as well as not getting any blue shadowing effect. But I kind of prefer not having it because our Venom figure doesn't have the blue shadowing effect. So I'm glad that this one fits in with my Venom figure. And just to show how well painted the white goes through here, you can see tiny little scuffage, a little bit of a miss right there. As I crunch all the way forward, you can see it's painted through, so it's not too bad. And of course you could fit a Figma stand or an SH Figuarts stand port will go in there as well, so that's very helpful. Then we get Spider Butt. Not much more going on the legs over here. There's no paint applications to it. Of course, he has the peg holes under his feet. And one thing I wanted to mention also, again, I think the head is just a little too big on this figure. I don't know, just a little bit. Not as bad as the Shocker figure, but I feel like the head is just a little on the large side. I mean, seeing how big the Pizza Spidey head is on the same body mold, I mean, you could definitely tell that this is a bigger head compared to this one right there, right? So, I don't know. I feel like the size of this head looks a little bit better, but yeah, this is a much bigger head. Or just a little bit anyway, right? But anyway, the articulation on this guy is the same as the Pizza Spidey, but we do get some thicker ratchet joints over here. But just to be thorough, you can move the head all the way up over here. You can move the head all the way down. You get side-to-side movement, and you do get some good head pivot over there, and it shifts forward and back some too. You get the butterfly joints as you saw earlier. Now here's the thing where people break their black suited Spidey figures is by moving the shoulder joints outward like that. Now I applied some heat on this figure with a hairdryer to try to loosen those up, but you could still hear that thick joint right there, and compared to the Spidey, there's like no noise at all, barely any sound, and that's really thick. And I don't really recommend using the hairdryer for that because that really didn't help much, and all it really did was loosen the hell out of the butterfly joints and made me scared that I was going to break something over there. But anyway, we get a bicep swivel, we get double jointed elbows, which are also quite stiff, wrist rotation, all the wrists hinge up and down as well. You get an ab crunch moving forward and back, waist swivel, hips move outward that much. He can kick forward very far and move back, and he does have an upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, ankles move down, up, and he does have ankle pivot, and there's as wide a stance possible with both feet still flat on the floor. And to measure out this black suited Spider-Man figure, you can see he's standing right under 6.5 inches tall. Here's our brand new black suited Spidey compared to our last official Marvel Legends black suited Spider-Man from the Red Hulk wave. Now I really like the blue shadowing over this. That's one thing I do prefer on this figure over this one over here. Some may think that this is ugly, and you can see that some parts of it are not consistent, but when you get this guy posed around and stuff, I really do like how the paint looks on this one. So I wish we'd gotten a little bit of that blue on this guy along with the Venom, but I still really like this a lot. I mean, and the articulation is just much better on this figure. This guy doesn't have ankle pivot. Then I just wanted to compare this figure to my Spider-Man Classics black suited Spidey. This is actually one of the very first gifts that I had gotten from one of my YouTube viewers. I think his name is Mondo, if I remember correctly. It was a long time ago, but I have still not opened it. I've never reviewed it or anything. It's mint and package right there. You can see some yellowing. But anyway, looking at the figures, trying to compare the two of them just by looking at the paint apps right there, you can see that this guy does have the blue shadowing effect over it, and this one does not, as well as that Red Hulk figure did. And to get an idea how tall that black suited Spidey would be, I have this Scarlet Spider, which does share the same exact mold as that black suited Spider-Man next to our new black suited Spidey, and you can see how much shorter the Spider-Man Classics were. Then here's our black suited Spidey next to Hasbro's Marvel Legends Venom, and this is the one saving grace for this figure not having the blue paint on it, is that it does match this one over here. And man, I had so much fun going through my issue 300 in this trade paperback and copying a bunch of panels of the black suited Spidey fighting Venom. There's a lot of cool poses for me to try to replicate over here, so please stick around for the photo montage at the end. And then here's our black suited Spidey next to the Scarlet Spider, the Raft set McFarlane Spider-Man, and then of course Pizza Spider-Man. And these three all have the same head sculpt. You know, for some reason it works well on this body mold best for me, and it's the shortest one out of the four of these. And then here's Spidey next to the other figures from this wave that I've already reviewed, and you can see they're all standing at about the same height. And then here's a black suited Spidey next to the Marvel Legends Big Time No Letdown Spider-Man. Hey brother. Hey brother.
Hey, brother!
So not only did I have a great time posing this figure around with the ACBA cutouts and the spaghetti webs and having this Figma stand here, but using my other Marvel Legends figures with this guy in some photos is just a lot of fun. I just had a great time taking pictures of this figure. I really liked it a lot, and I hope you guys liked this review. If you did, please hit the like button. Go ahead and leave a comment if you feel so inclined to do so. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, make sure you hit that notification bell so you can get notifications on your cell phone so that you know when my latest video just popped up in your sub box. If you want to check out a photo gallery of images, which I highly recommend you do so, it's all over at marvelousnews.com, and I have action figures for sale along with t-shirts and music at ShartimusPrime.net. And if celebrating Christmas is your thing, Merry Christmas to you. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Merry Christmas.